Welcome to part 2. We are now going to integrate this table saw into the bench. Now full board is 1220. It should be there, which will give me space from the wall. But then what I was hoping to do is integrate a router table at some point there. I am going to go with this position just here. I think that way then I'm going to have enough space there to do a router table. And I'll have a little bit of space left over here as well. I've got a line drawn out here for when I did the desk in part 1. So I'm going to cut that out and then we'll go from there. Alright, so now that we've cut that off, what we need to work out now is the height we need to get it. So we want the top of the table saw flush with the top of that. So what we need is to measure from there. So you're looking at 341. Yeah, 341. So from there down, I want to go 341. Let's clear all this out. Make it a bit easier. So what I need to do is come down on 341. So now what I need to do is come down by 12mm and then also have a bit of 4x2. I'm going to have a bit of 4x2 going across, then with 12mm, which then will give me the height of 341, which will bring me back up to here. Just a disclaimer, yeah. I've just had a baby and he's probably getting close to 6 weeks old. I'm currently surviving on about 2 hours sleep. So if you're thinking, what is this kid doing? It's because I'm absolutely fucking knackered. Alright, that clamp's in place. Let's check for level. Okay. Perfect. Alright, again, didn't think we screwed it up. No, I know I've glued this on, but hopefully. We can take this off. Voila. So now, if calculations are correct, if we
bring this in to that. You know what? That's pretty much bang on, man. Yeah, so what we're going to do now is notch this bit of timber out here, and then we can fully extend the track then. So just draw around it. So there you go. Just draw around that now. Let's get that cut out. And then just see, sometimes you just don't need machinery, power tools to do stuff. It's nice just to be able to do it by hand, because it's more satisfying. Alright, let's see. What's stopping it is this screw here. So what I need to do now is just notch out for this screw. And the distance I've got it from that edge to the blade and from the blade to here allows me then to still be able to flick that to move it over to the next notch along. And I reckon that will still give me, you know, if I use that as a router fence, that'll still give me enough space there to do a router table. So that's a project for another day. So what we'll do now is we'll put a tap back on that and a tap back on that side, and which then will leave me just a groove just down here. Took off the rubber grommets and the handle so it's nice and flat. And what I'll do now is I'll screw that onto there like so. And then we'll do a long piece along there. That's now in there. Right, so I'll screw that on there now, and then I can put the table saw back up to that. I was going to do some pocket holes again under there, but my drill don't fit, so I am just going to have to drill for myself, which it's not ideal. So what I need to do now is get one there. So that's right. If I would pop a screw there. Alright, so that's screwed on there now. Unfortunately, it shows that I'm quite out. I thought I had that quite level, but it's not. So I'm going to have to raise this up and fiddle around to get it dead flat with the top. Because obviously, when you look here, it looks quite flat to the workbench. But then when you look over there, it doesn't. So we'll do some tweaking around and get that level. But I think what I'll do first is get this piece put in place, and then we'll mess about with getting it dead flat. So I'm going to remove that. What I'll do is I'll router out a bit of timber on there. I'm going to try and follow the curve of that. So let's do that now. It's not perfect, but for first attempt, it's not bad. So we'll do now is screw that down, and then we'll get the table saw flat with the rest of the top. But oh, that deserves a like. All we've got to do now is get that table saw flat with the top of the workbench, and then I think we can call it. Oh no, do you see the mistake I've just made? Oh man, not a problemo. Alright, let's fix this. And eventually that can be my router table, because then what you can do is make a box that goes on top with a vacuum attachment, and then the router will go there, that will come forward, and I can go zzz, zzz, zzz. So the thing to do now is get this flat. So what I want to do is now is raise the table saw so it just about touches the bottom of that level. There we go, guys. So the table's now flush with the top of the workbench. I can move the rack and pinion fence back and forth. It goes all the way under this section just here. It goes all the way out, which then allows me to take off the fence. I can put that under there then. Bring the fence back in. And there you go. The only thing I've got left to do now is do the dust extraction. I am gonna at some point make a cross-cut sledge, so I'll groove two little slots into the workbench to allow that to go through to a router table just there. And yeah, it's getting there. I want to clear a zero clearance for the blade as well. I know Evolution do their own, so I'm in two minds of either making my own or buying one. I really hope you've enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, if you don't mind just giving it a like, thumbs up, hit that subscribe button as well if you haven't done so. It would really help me out with the channel. I'm really hoping to try and grow this channel. I'm enjoying doing it. I'm enjoying putting the content out there, learning and documenting this, and it'd be nice for you to follow along. So thanks for watching, and until next time.